Okay, 8.5, slope intercept form. We'll run through this real quick. We talked a little bit the other day about slope intercept form, and we introduced this way of writing an equation that is called slope intercept form. Now, in our last lesson, we talked about this letter M. We said that stands for slope, and we real quickly touched on B as being our y-intercept. Okay, now a couple of lessons ago we talked all about intercepts, x-intercept, y-intercept. The y-intercept, of course, is where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay, so we also found out from a couple of lessons ago that all we really need to draw a line is we need a point and we need to know the line's slope. So we can figure that out. Well, if we know where the line crosses the y-axis, that's a point, and we know our slope according to our m. So down here, we'll find our m, that's 2, and our y-intercept, that's -4, that's b right there. So I'm going to go over to the graph here. I'll find our y-intercept first, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the negative direction on the y. So there's our y-intercept. We know that our slope is 2, or 2 over 1. Again, this, guys, is our rise over run. So if I start at this point we've got here, we're going to go up 2 and over 1. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and we can see a line starting here, up 2, over 1. Now we can certainly draw a line in there that looks like that. Okay, so we've used our y-intercept right here to find a point to start with, and then our slope to build some more points after that and draw a line. All right, we'll do the same thing here. Now, we've got a fraction in here for our m, right? That's our slope. So that's not a big deal. We'll deal with that in just a second. First, again, let's start with our slope intercept, or our y-intercept, that's b, at 2, positive 2, right? So we'll go up 1, 2. We'll start a line right there. All right, now let's work with our slope a little bit. It's a -3 over 5. All right, so remember, these are our x's. These are our y's. All right, so remember that these are our y's. These are our x's. And we can go from there. In the y direction, we're going to go -3. So 1, 2, 3. And in the x direction, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is our new point right there. That's a rise of -3 and a run of 5. We can even do that again. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll put us right there. Now, remember we said before that a -3 over 5 is the same as 3 over a -5. So this means that we can run this backwards. How about if I go 3 in the rise direction? We'll go back to our original point right here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and we'll go -5 in the x direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've got a point there. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so now we've got plenty of points stretched out over across this graph. Let's connect the dots. I don't draw the straightest of lines, but you get the idea. That should be a straight line. Okay, so again, we've used our slope and our y-intercept to draw a straight line. Okay, that's using the slope-intercept form to find a straight line. So what happens if we don't have y set equal to itself and we don't have that form set up already? Well, we can solve for that. We can get y out by itself, and we can use our formula to draw a line. So let's do that. We're trying to get y by itself. So if we remember a little algebra, first thing we're going to do is subtract 3x from both sides. That's going to give us a -2y equals 6 minus 3x. Okay, well, we're almost there. We've got y multiplied by -2, so let's divide everything by -2. We'll have y by itself because these cancel, equals a 6 over -2, and negative 3/2 x. Okay, well, we can take this 6 over a negative 2 and reduce that. We'll start down here. We'll have 6 over a negative 2 reduces down to a negative 3, and we've still got our negative 3 over 2x. Well, we're almost there, guys. Now all we have to do is move this guy back over to this side, and we'll have our slope intercept form ready to go. Y equals negative 3/2 x minus 3. All right, we've got it now. Here's our m, or our slope. And this guy here is our b, or our y-intercept. Okay, so we'll start here with our y-intercept as a negative 3 in the y direction. 1, 2, 3, right there. Our slope is a negative 3 over 2, so this is our y's over our x's. We'll go 1, 2, 3 down, and 2 over. There's 2 points. Now we could draw our line right here, or we could go again. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or we can go in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right there. We'll do another one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Very good. Draw our line. There we go. So all we had to do here was 1, solve for y, and 2, we plotted some points. So those are our steps for drawing a line. All right. We learned a little bit about parallel and perpendicular lines the other day. Okay, so parallel lines, if we remember right, are lines that look something like that. Well, they're never going to touch. They're going to go on and on forever in both directions, and they're never going to touch. Now, how can this possibly be the case? Well, if their slope is the same, let's say this guy's got a slope of 2 over 1, then this guy has got to have a slope, has got to have a slope of 2 over 1. If the slopes are the same, then we can have parallel lines. Perpendicular lines then, guys, are going to look something like this, and they're going to have slopes that are exactly opposite each other. Now, opposite, of course, just means that our sign is different, right? Opposite of 2 is negative 2. So if the slope of this line here is 2 over 1, or just 2, then the slope of this line here is going to have a slope of negative 2 over 1, or just negative 2. Okay, so that's pretty easy to do. Perpendicular lines, slopes are opposite. Okay, that's all we got for today. Good luck on the homework.